Let me say this for the record to everyone who's going to see F1 and driving home back from the movie theater. Be careful on the way home. Just don't go too fast and just obey the speed limit, please. Hey movie buffs, I'm Jack Benner and welcome to my review of F1, and I'm gonna call it that for the rest of the review. I don't know why it's called F1 the movie. You can just call any movie the movie. I don't see the point of that. This is a new racing drama directed by Joseph Kosinski starring Brad Pitt. And since this is also a Brad Pitt movie and this movie's title also starts with F, I got a little short of a Brad Pitt movie that I would say the title of, but I don't want to break the first rule. In F1, we follow Sonny Hayes, played by Brad Pitt, a race car legend who returns to Formula One racing by an old teammate after a 30-year absence due to an accident. He gets the chance to lead a struggling Formula One race team while mentoring a hotshot rookie driver. Before I get in my review, any new viewers coming across my channel for the first time, welcome to my channel. I am Jack Benner. I do movie reviews on here, both old and new, and from time to time I do some lists on here, like top 5 lists or ranking videos. So if you're looking for either of those, you're definitely in the right place. If you like movie content, like what you see so far, definitely considering that like and subscribe button for more exciting movie content down the road. When I first saw the teaser trailer in theaters for F1, I was really excited for a few reasons. Number one, director Joseph Kosinski. And this was his follow-up film to his magnum opus, Top Gun Maverick. This movie was just absolutely incredible in every way, emotional, exhilarating, the spectacle, the acting. And Top Gun is a famous and beloved Tom Cruise movie, but this sequel is even better. Just still a jaw-dropping movie in every way from its spectacle. You just can't believe a Top Gun sequel was this great. And it was a huge blockbuster hit, grossing over $700 million in the US and $1 billion hit worldwide. One of my top 5 favorite films of 2022. Absolutely love this film. Second reason, I like racing movies. Even if they can follow the formula, as long as they're well told and engaging, I don't mind it. I love movies such as Rush and Ford v Ferrari, 2 great movies. Also Gran Turismo a few years ago, I found that movie underrated. And why not? I like Talladega Nights. I quote that movie sometimes. Shake and bake. And I was excited to see how director Joseph Kosinski would handle a racing movie after the success of Top Gun Maverick. And number 3, Brad Pitt using his movie star charisma yet again in a movie like this. This was one of my top 10 most anticipated movies of the summer. I was very excited to see it. I saw F1 on Wednesday at an early access screening. Thank you to my local AMC theaters for the early screening. Was very excited to see it, and I'm happy to say it did not let me down at all because F1 was awesome. This was a great, rip-roaring sports drama with phenomenal spectacle, strong direction, a great cast, and Joseph Kosinski continues to shine as a director after Top Gun Maverick. To start my pros, Joseph Kosinski did an absolutely fantastic job directing this movie. It's been quite astonishing to see Joseph Kosinski go above and beyond with his approach to practical filmmaking. With Top Gun Maverick and F1, he's becoming a master to crafting rip-roaring and visceral action that absolutely deserves to be seen on the biggest screen possible. Right from the jump in the opening racing sequence, it's enthralling, and each one gets more intense and exhilarating than the last one. On a technical standpoint, this movie is outstanding across the board. What I especially admired about Joseph Kosinski's direction here is the incredible variety of camera work, especially in the racing sequences. Similar to Top Gun Maverick, how the camera would be mounted inside the vehicle of the jet, akin to here like placing the camera on the vehicle, and you get these amazing POV shots and great close-ups to where you see another vehicle behind one, and either the close-ups of either Brad Pitt or Damson Idris' character, where you really see the dangers of these races in their eyes. It's beautifully shot, the editing flows, and it just enhances the film so much as a ferocious and immersive experience. And I think these are the most intense racing sequences I've seen since Ford v Ferrari. And what's even better about the racing sequences, like with Top Gun Maverick, they're done practically. All from the racetracks to vehicle designs, and it just adds so much realism to the film, like you're really watching these races. Could there be some hidden CGI here and there? Maybe, but for the most part, it all looked real and exciting and visceral. And the cinematography here is grand and amazing, where you get these amazing shots of these races, the different camera works. And there were just some shots where I'm like, How are they able to do that? How are they able to get that shot? It's amazing. And one technical aspect that is especially noteworthy here, the sound design. Oh my god, just from the engines roaring and going it just feels so real, intense, and heart-pounding. This and Warfare are hands down the best sound designs of the year so far. And also credit to Hans Zimmer's score that is just so exciting and bombastic. And I actually didn't know Hans Zimmer was composing this movie. And then I saw his name in the opening credits, so I was like, oh, he composed this? Awesome. With how much of an immaculately crafted film this is, I'd say this is the second best directed film I have seen so far this year, right behind Ryan Coogler for Sinners. And the performances from the cast are great. Admittedly, this is not really something brand new for Brad Pitt, but it's a role that's perfect for him, because his balance of movie star charisma and gravitas is in full swing in F1. Unleashing his charisma, confidence, and likability, but the emotional side of Sonny Hayes with his troubled past, gambling addiction, his accident, and current obstacles make him such an easy character to root for. And this is one of the best blockbuster roles that Brad Pitt has done in a while. From the charisma, emotional scenes, and the racing scenes, he nails it all. And Brad Pitt just still showing in his late 50s, I believe that's how old he is. And he still shows how much of a magnetic movie star he is, whether that's blockbuster entertainment like this, or Bullet Train, or awards contenders like Cliff Booth in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. He just still nails it. Never lost his touch. And one actor who impressed me the most, Damson Idris as Joshua Pierce. He does an excellent job at playing a rookie hotshot with his tensions with Sonny, and he holds his own greatly dramatically. The racing scenes, his charisma, and his character arc, he absolutely nails everything that's required about this character. And I believe this is the first time I've ever seen him act in anything, and I hope he continues to get more work after this. Kerry Condon is fantastic as a Formula One technical director who becomes Sony's love interest, and I'm happy to see her in more movies after Banshees of Inisherin. BTW, she should have won the Oscar for Best Supporting Actress instead of Jamie Lee Curtis. Just saying, like, come on, you couldn't have given Banshees one Oscar? Come on, she was right there. Entirely different story, moving on. And Javier Bardem is also terrific as Sonny's old teammate who brings him back to F1. And credit to Bardem for not making this character just disposable. It's like, oh, any other actor could have played this role. But instead he infuses his charm, energy, and gravitas in the role to where it really doesn't feel that way. Really showing how he's still a phenomenal actor, as if No Country for Old Men or Skyfall didn't prove that enough already. And I just had one random thought to my mind. Imagine if Paul Atreides or Timothée Chalamet was in this movie and he was on the Formula One racing team and he saw him and it was like, I will join your team. And he would probably go, listen, Gabe! I don't know why, that just popped in my head just now. I don't know where, I don't know. And what elevates the incredible racing sequences even more is that they are not empty spectacle at all. But more so, the film takes its time to develop these characters to make them interesting and sympathetic. Right before the racing sequences occur, where you do care about these characters and want to know what's going to happen in these races, even if the story may seem a bit familiar. And that's another thing I admired about Joseph Kosinski's direction. He knows it's crucial to keep in mind characters and story first, racing sequences second. Even with the story's predictability, it still offers engaging characters and story, and for emotions for the audience to be invested in. And Sonny and Joshua's tensions with each other made for engaging conflict for the story. Their arguments with them each other, young and old, one racing rookie, one racing veteran, they're clashing. But seeing them grow later in the story is very satisfying. Another interesting thing about F1, it does offer excellent insight into the sport itself. From the vehicle designs or components, like choosing the right tires that don't explode and what would work, or the attention to detail with little design flaws. That and the unpredictability and the racetracks, the training before that, and the dangers and tensions of the sport. I feel like it does show how passionate they are about the sport, and really showing this is not a sport for everyone, and you have to be in the right mindset and the absolute preparation for a sport like this. Really giving a strong sense of expertise with the sport, and all these little components to make it even more fascinating. Sadly, I do have a few small flaws with this movie. I will get to those right now. First, the story is admittedly predictable, where you can definitely tell where things were going, this is going to happen, and expecting this to happen here and there. On one hand, I feel like the familiar territory does work for a movie like this, but there were a few moments where I was like, okay, this does feel a little been there, done that. And second, this movie is 2 hours and 35 minutes long, and I actually wasn't bored watching this movie, and by the time we got to the climax of the film, I was thinking, oh, this movie is 2.5 hours? Wow, it kind of flew by for me. And that being said, maybe a few moments could have used some slight trimming here and there. To sum up, F1 succeeds as a highly entertaining and riveting summer blockbuster. Top-notch cast, powerful direction from Joseph Kosinski, an engaging story, and spectacular racing sequences that demands to be seen on the biggest screen possible. Please, if you are planning to see F1 in theaters, do it on the biggest screen and the best sound system possible. It's absolutely worth it. Whether you're fans of Formula One racing or casual fans or not really fans of the sport at all, I still think this movie is a huge must-see this summer. With this and Top Gun Maverick, it's amazing to see Joseph Kosinski reach heights as a filmmaker. From the jaw-dropping action spectacle and engaging storytelling, I'm excited to see what he does next as a director in the future. Because F1 is definitely one of my favorite films I have seen this summer. And now to grade it, I'm going to give F1 4.5 stars out of 5, an A-. And saw the box office results over the weekend. I am happy to see that it grossed $55 million this weekend. Awesome! Even with upcoming competition this July, such as Jurassic World Rebirth, Superman, and Fantastic Four First Steps, I'm really hoping with the combination of great word of mouth and how much of an immersive experience this was can help this movie even more at the box office these upcoming weeks, because this movie does deserve to be a box office hit that's an absolute crowd pleaser. Now, I don't want to be too compare and contrast with this and Top Gun Maverick since this is the same director, and it may not reach those same heights as Top Gun Maverick, but I still think this movie succeeds on its own merits. I don't think it'll get a Best Picture nomination like Top Gun Maverick, but as for 2 Oscar nominations I can see for this film, sound design, not only a nomination, but I hope it wins as well. Editing, maybe that could be a possibility. One question mark I do have on my mind is visual effects, if this will get in or not. Since this movie does have a lot of practical action and maybe there could be like hidden CGI here and there, like with Top Gun Maverick in the third act. It was like, okay, maybe it can get into visual effects, but we'll see. So I would like to hear from you guys. What do you guys think of F1 if you've seen it? Do you agree, disagree with my review? Or if you haven't seen it, are you interested in seeing the film or not? Let me know down below. Did you enjoy hearing my thoughts on this movie and want to see more reviews like this in the future? If yes, please hit that like and subscribe button if you're new here, and don't forget that notification bell for my next upload in the future. It really means a lot. My social media links will be in the description down below. You can find me on Instagram and TikTok, and if you'd like to see my written reviews, I do have a letterbox, so if you'd like to follow me on there as well. And until the next video, I'm Jack Benner, and look forward to another movie review.